What's up, guys? Today I want to show you about these Akro bins. Obviously these are not Akro bins, this is an Akro wall, but this is an incredible thing to have in any shop, garage, storage area, mostly things that you're going to be needing frequently, but obviously if you have a lot of money to spend on these type of things, you could store a lot of long-term storage in these as well. But I just want to show you some of the features, some of the things that makes this such a good storage system. First of all, you can see I have Akro bins here on my shelf. And now these are stackable bins, so they have a little part here that retains it so it can't rock off, so these will stay in place. You can see I've got these narrow ones here going up 4 or 5 high, and it's really convenient to be able to move them off of the Akro wall and put them on a shelf. These are okay for small stuff, but for stuff that you're going to have more of, the Akro bins are great because you can actually get different sizes of them. If you really want to, you can go smaller. You can imagine how well you could utilize wall space if these bins were holding all your stuff and you don't have to pull it out. You can just look and see what's in there. So you don't have to open these drawers versus these drawers you have to open, okay? And then obviously with like standard shelving, the shelf is set where it's set, and if you want to change it, you have to change the shelf. But you can change the Akro bins just by moving them around on this pattern here. Now this Akro wall, I forget, but it might have been like $400. It was, it might not have been that much, but it was a lot. It was painful to buy. It's got screw holes. I just used tap cons to put mine in on this concrete wall. They're stackable. I was able to move a bunch of my hardware that I basically had my Akro wall down because I was busy renovating the garage, and so I moved a lot of my hardware into this area and just put it on this. It didn't require any special storage, just stacked on top. And you could stack these things really high. They're very stable. So to summarize this, all these tools are here. I'm able to keep a lot of them easily accessible. No drawer has to be open for me to access the tool. This bag, I like to just be able to grab it. It works as a shelf, but under this bag I have electrical tools and soldering and all that stuff, and wires, and I'm going to hang up a battery charger right there. And then I'll have my batteries easily located to the battery charger. It's just intuitive. It kind of takes care of itself. You can take the whole bin off the wall if you need a drawer full of stuff. You know, like say you have a drawer in your hardware that you always open and you have to go back to the drawer multiple times. Well, I can just grab this entire bin of hardware and just bring it to wherever I'm working and then come bring it back. It creates an easy transportation system for my tools to go to and from like the part of the garage or the property that I'm working on. The other thing too is that these bins are very sturdy. It's extremely cold outside. I don't know what these are made of exactly. I don't think I've ever broken one of these. I'm sure they're breakable, but Akro bin brand. That's what this is. I believe is made in the USA. This one does not say USA on it. I thought they were made in the USA, but the quality is extremely good. I think they really shaft you on the Akro wall. But again, what I was saying about the shelves, you could easily have little shelves and just have Akro bins that pull out. You still have the easy access from the front of the bin. You can see you could technically reach in, even if another bin was right on top of this one, you could still reach in there and get hardware. So, and then they have different lengths too, so they have big ones and long ones, and they have short ones. And so if my Akro wall isn't satisfactory to me, for whatever reason, storage capacity is not enough, I can get more of these big bins right here. These big bins really operate more like a drawer, essentially, but you don't have to pull it out. That's the entire point. They're stationary, which means that the shop isn't changing. When you have a drawer that pulls out, The drawer creates a hazard now because when you walk by, you could hit that, you could knock the drawer out and spill, or you could potentially trip or something like that. So these things avert so many different struggles that could happen in a shop. I'm shocked I don't see them more places. When I first saw them was a machine shop, and they had a big metal cabinet unit that you would open the doors, and these would be mounted into the door. So when you would open the door, it would swing open, and you would have all your hardware laid out for you right there. You could put them on the shelves. It was on both doors, and it was just the most useful thing. It was great for keeping stuff organized. You've got a clearly flat spot right here. You could slot down a card. So you can see right around here, there's literally a slot where you could drop stuff in there, like a card in there. I'll bet there's a pre-made card that you can buy for these. It's a very well thought out system. I recommend it highly, and I'm not paid to sponsor them or whatever, sponsored or anything like that. But they are really tremendous, and I just wanted to recommend them to you guys if you're trying to get to the next level. Let me show you guys around my shop. So I did some more painting here. This top line right here was down at shop level, at waist level here. You can see where the line was on the wall. And so I just made, because that came down as it was initially installed in this house, I wanted to change it. I wanted to change it so it would be high because I couldn't put the Akro bin over top of that conduit. So I just ran the conduit all the way across here. It had like some angles, sort of slight angles used for spacing the conduit for the box, for the distance the box is from the wall. So I just took those angle parts and I did one there, and then I did one there, and then it was able to stay close to the wall the whole time. I used these minis, which are, I think, a superior mounting strategy to the strap style, which would be like these ones right here. That's like their half strap. I don't like those as much. So this is my welder circuit. So I had to have this one all the way out here because my big red truck out there is too big to go into the shop, and I've done a lot of welding on it in the past using the outlet, which used to be over there back when the shop stopped like here. So now, because it's too tall to come in here, I actually won't be able to reach it with my welder cables. So I have worked on the exterior a little bit. I painted the exterior walls. They don't look so good because of the multicolored block. The block that I got on discount was really smooth. So you can see these blocks right here, the ones that look gray, those are the ones that are like the conventional gray block. And then the ones that look really white are the brown block that was extremely smooth looking. And so when the paint went on, it just sealed off instantly. It was very easy. I did work on this doorway. I installed the door finally after all this time. I bought a very premium weather stripping, and then I routed the back of this board to make it mate up because it was tilted this way. And then I used Tapcons to install the main frame, and then I used Tapcons on my trim as well. So let me give you a look at how that looks. So it's not a professional job, but that's my work. So I'll put silicone on those when the weather gets nicer. I'll go all the way around. I use a little silicone underneath on this part to seal it off so the air can't go through that way, but it froze instantly once it got exposed to the cold. So, and then you can see like this gap right here. It'll look a lot nicer if it has silicone in it. So that is the gist of it right there. What else? Oh yeah, so I hung up my tree gear right here that used to be in this section of the garage, and I put up a tennis ball for my wife so she knows not to go too far in, because this track here, this is where I go in and out, and I sometimes drive my Bobcat in there with firewood and stuff. So I'm planning on having shelving up above these outlets right here, and it's going to be multi-layers of shelving. I'll just have it an inch or two away from the wall, and it'll probably stop. It'll stop higher. It'll probably stop about eye level, and then I'll be able to just climb up a ladder and get anything I want out of that. Paint needs a couple touch-ups now, but yeah, so that's all we got going on here. And think this is going to be a good spot for a permanent little table here. I like this table a lot. It's kind of sturdy and real symmetrical, and the feet stay straight on it. When you're using it, it feels flat, and it's not super heavy duty, but it does the job. It's great for pulling out and cutting boards and stuff on. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to show you that with the Akro bins. I think they're worthy of sharing, and I would certainly hope to be able to find out about something like this online. Problem is, you know, when you go on the internet, you get splattered with all this stuff, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do the other. But only you know really what's right for your shop and your situation. But some things, it seems like they bring you to the next level. And for me, the Akro bin wall definitely brought me to the next level. It's sort of a solution. Storage solutions are necessary. A lot of messy garages are just like that because the guy hasn't taken the trouble to put drawers, shelves, and boxes in there. If I can't store something properly, I put it in the box, and then I'll go back later and I'm aggravated with the box, and I'll figure out a better way to store it. Akro bins are definitely the answer for a lot of situations. I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. I need subscriptions to enhance my channel, to move it forward and start getting paid. I'm not getting paid for my videos. Please hit the like button, like I said. It helps a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right?